Right now at 10, searching for answers. We'll hear from the mother of a woman who went missing 2 years ago. One Janesville girl is thriving. The way her cleft lip and palate hasn't stopped her from living life to its fullest. Plus, celebrating Independence Day. We'll show you how kids in Monona got in on the fun. That's all coming up on News 3 Now at 10. Hello, everybody. Happy 4th of July. Thanks for joining us tonight. Eric and Sarah have the holiday off. It will be a clear but muggy night tonight. You can feel the humidity in the air. Chief Meteorologist Alex Harrington joins us now. Great night for fireworks. And then we're looking ahead to the rest of the weekend as well.
That's right. Perfect night for fireworks. Last night we were saying clear skies, muggy conditions. Well, that panned out. No nature's fireworks this evening to deal with. That's certainly going to change, though. Radar 3000 this time tomorrow night is going to look very different. Future track, nothing out there right now except for the firework festivities that are ongoing or just about ready to end. But by the time we get to 4:30 tomorrow afternoon, if not earlier, scattered thunderstorms developing, especially south and north and west of Madison. One or two of those storms could be on the strong side. Not expecting widespread severe weather, but one or two of those storms could pose some gusty winds and certainly some heavy rainfall. Coming up in Maine weather, Susan in southern Wisconsin. We're going to track the rest of that line through southern Wisconsin Saturday evening.
All right, Alex, thank you. A 47-year-old man has died after crashing his SUV into a semi in Walworth County. At about 4:10 yesterday afternoon, crews responded to the crash at the intersection of Highway 14 and County Trunk Highway K. The SUV driver had been partially thrown from his vehicle. He died at the scene. The sheriff's office says the man did not have a seatbelt on and is considered at fault for the crash. His name won't be released yet, pending notification of family. A lightning strike caused a gas-like smell today in Rock County, but there is no threat to the public. Earlier today, lightning struck Alliant Energy's Tiffany Gate natural gas station between Janesville and Beloit, and it caused the odorant that makes natural gas detectable to be released. Alliant Energy crews were able to immediately shut off the odorizer, and they are trying to get rid of the smell. This 4th of July marks 2 years since a Juneau County woman went missing, and it's been 2 years of heartbreak for her family. Our Maddie Heimsch spoke with the woman's mother as she continues to plead for answers.
The last time Leah Stewart was seen was the 4th of July in 2023, and she was seen right here on 19th Avenue near the town of Mauston.
Not a day goes by when I don't think about her.
For Leah's mother, Vera Weiland, the past 2 years have been a long road as she misses her daughter and watches 3 of her grandchildren miss their mom.
She was happy-go-lucky. She'd help anybody.
Vera says she hasn't stopped trying to locate her daughter.
I'll walk down the streets and look for her.
And according to a press release sent out Thursday, the Juneau County Sheriff's Office and the Wisconsin Department of Criminal Investigations have conducted several search operations and followed multiple leads over the past 2 years, all to no avail.
They get lots of leads. Some work, some don't.
Vera says she often imagines being reunited with her daughter.
It would be great to have her. I think about that every night. I'll sit outside and I picture her.
But says even if they don't meet again, she just wants to know what happened.
We need to put closure on it. And if there's anybody out there that knows anything, please let us know.
Leah's mother has a GoFundMe set up to help with the search efforts. Reporting in Juneau County, I'm Maddie Heimsch, News 3 Now.
Thank you, Maddie. We have a link to that GoFundMe on our website at channel3000.com, as well as contact information where you can submit anything you might know about Leah's whereabouts, no matter how minor. Police in Cudahy took an interesting call Thursday morning. A wallaby was on the loose. Body camera video shows the moment officers found the wallaby. His owner, Linda Rouster, picked him up a couple of hours later. She says she has since received an order saying she can't keep the wallaby because he's a wild animal. The order says she has 5 days to either surrender him or find a new place for him to legally reside.
He is definitely not wild. I did not catch him out of forest. I bought him from a breeder. He has been with me ever since he was a baby. He has been raised with me, and he is very domesticated.
Rouster says the wallaby named August is her family pet that she bought at a fair a year ago. Wallabies are native to Australia and New Guinea. Well, cleft lip and palate impacts about 1 in 700 children in the United States. That's according to the Academy of Pediatrics. But as our Arman Rahman found out, it hasn't stopped one 8-year-old girl in Janesville from thriving.
Sun rises later every...
It may not be with a joke,
That's a riddle, Mom.
but 8-year-old Victoria Harvey is guaranteed to make you smile.
What has no eyes but can cry, and what can fly but has no wings? A cloud.
With her smile that's remained joyous since the day she was born.
It brings me so much joy. She was the happiest baby.
Victoria was diagnosed in the womb with a unilateral cleft lip and palate.
What was kind of different for me is I had to use special baby bottles to, drink milk and stuff.
Just a few days after she was born, a team of doctors in Madison began prepping her for treatment with a special mold.
Which is basically a retainer that would help actually close the gum line of her cleft as she grew. It was really amazing.
Then at 6 months old, she had her lip corrected.
After that, pretty much all the visible parts of the cleft lip and cleft palate were gone.
Since she was born, Victoria has now had 4 total surgeries, 2 of which were for her hearing, here at the Cleft and Craniofacial Clinic at American Family Children's Hospital in Madison.
Victoria has been seeing the same doctors since she was 4 days old. They will follow her throughout her journey.
When I have maybe some types of liquid, it goes up my nose, and that kind of bothers me sometimes, so I'm glad to get that fixed up in my surgery coming up. I feel a little bit nervous.
There is a stigma that because their face looks a little different, they also face cognitive differences, but that's typically not the case.
She's just a thriving, awesome 8-year-old kiddo.
Thriving, like she says everyone with differences can.
Your family is gonna love you no matter what, and if people be rude to you, don't listen to them.
Just like other 8-year-olds, Victoria is most happy when she's moving.
I love to dance. I do tap, jazz, and ballet.
And whatever makes her smile is guaranteed to make you smile too.
It just makes me happy.
Reporting in Janesville, Arman Rahman, News 3 Now.
Keep smiling, Victoria. You're beautiful. Whether you're planning on going to one of the fireworks displays tonight, hopefully you got out and enjoyed some, or if you were grilling out today, there were a lot of different ways to celebrate the 4th of July. Our Ellie La Liberté spent the day today at the Monona Community Festival to see how kids spent the day.
If you're looking to celebrate the 4th of July, the Monona Community Festival has it all. From rides to fireworks, and don't forget the food.
I've never tried a funnel cake. Probably some hot dogs.
But what's the best part of the holiday? Well, I asked the toughest critics.
My favorite part of 4th of July is seeing the fireworks because it represents the freedom of America. Fireworks and because they're cool, I guess. The rides.
Maybe fireworks and the rides because they're super fun.
The fireworks because it just looks cool to see them.
An obvious staple of the holiday.
It's just exciting.
But Sharika is taking her celebrations a step further.
Do a lot of DIYs. So for the 1st of July, I decided to make the shirt.
And what she's most excited for,
Have the best 4th of July ever.
reporting in Monona, Ellie La Liberté, News 3 Now.
Happy 4th of July.
Hope everybody had a great holiday today. After the break at 10, rescue operations are underway in Texas after deadly flooding, and President Trump signs his budget bill into law. This as celebrations are held at the White House for the 4th of July. Stay with us.
Watching News 3 Now at 10. Moving forward.
Over a dozen people are dead in Texas after severe thunderstorms created life-threatening flooding. Months worth of heavy rain falling on Texas Hill Country, killing at least 13 people. More than 20 girls who were attending a summer camp are unaccounted for. This as search teams conducted boat and helicopter rescues in the fast-moving floodwater.
I know that there are anxious parents watching, wanting information. We have the best rescue teams and response teams in the world in emergencies.
14 helicopters have been deployed to the area, along with over 400 people on the ground helping with search and rescue operations. President Trump signed his budget bill into law this afternoon while he and the First Lady celebrated the 4th of July at the White House. Erica Brown has more from Washington.
What we've done is put everything into one bill.
During a 4th of July celebration at the White House, President Trump signed the One Big Beautiful Bill Act into law. With congressional Republicans and members of his cabinet at his side, the president used the same gavel from the bill's final passage in the House Thursday.
This is a triumph of democracy on the birthday of democracy, and I have to say that the people are happy.
The legislation increases spending for border security and defense and extends Trump's 2017 tax cuts.
So you have the biggest tax cut, the biggest spending cut, the largest border security investment.
The new law also makes steep cuts to safety net programs, including SNAP, the Food Assistance Program, and Medicaid. The nonpartisan Congressional Budget Office estimates the package will add more than $3 trillion to the deficit over the next decade, and close to 12 million people could lose their health coverage. During the Independence Day celebrations, U.S. military fighter jets roared over the White House, marking the nation's 249th birthday. The president also invited the B-2 pilots who flew the bombing mission on Iran's nuclear sites in June.
We owe you everything. Great job.
The celebrations wrapped Friday night with President Trump and his guests enjoying a fireworks display. Erica Brown, CBS News, Washington.
The legislation that was signed today includes tougher restrictions on Medicaid, including work requirements for some able-bodied adults and more frequent eligibility checks. A July 4th celebration in Santa Rosa, California showed off military aircraft and a few World War II veterans who are still thriving. Ted Moneymaker, Hank Lacabone, and Don Horton are between 100 and 102 years old. They attended a fundraising event at the Pacific Coast Air Museum, featuring more than 35 military aircraft spanning from World War II to after the Vietnam War. The three veterans only met this week, but have a lot in common after serving their country for so many decades ago.
I can see they've been through a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. It wasn't fun, was it? Well, we're all lucky to be here.
The museum holds more events like this one the first Thursday of every month until October. Well, the 4th of July weekend is very important for Hollywood studios. What could end up being one of the biggest releases of the year came Wednesday with Jurassic World Rebirth. Now, looking ahead, Superman is also expected to be a substantial moneymaker. That is out next Friday, and the same goes for the Fantastic Four: First Steps, hitting theaters at the end of the month.
Fantastic Four takes place in a retro 1960s mid-century modern universe, just like here in Palm Springs. So the film centers around the Fantastic Four. It stars Pedro Pascal, which I guess is America's new sweetheart. People can't stop talking about him.
The summer's big winner so far is Lilo and Stitch. It is the second highest grossing film this year, behind a Minecraft movie. Well, warm and humid will be the weather words to describe tonight and most of tomorrow, and maybe a chance for some storms moving into the area. Here's Alex with the forecast.
All three things are very, very true, Susan, in southern Wisconsin. That clear, muggy night tonight. Hopefully you have the AC or a fan or some way to cool down tonight, because we got a hot and humid day on Saturday, and that hot, humid air out ahead of a cold front is going to be the fuel for scattered thunderstorms, especially by the time we get to Saturday night. As we look at radar 3000 right now, now, really nothing of significance on radar 3000. We said tonight would be muggy and clear, so we got our firework festivities in. But this time last night and going into the early morning hours of this morning, we were saying, watch the I-90 corridor, and boy, did the I-90 corridor pan out for that focus for showers and thunderstorms, where some places picked upwards of 1 to 2. Some folks, some of our viewers near the Janesville area picking up some very healthy amounts of water in those areas desperately need that. But it was a loud go early this morning for some parts of southern Wisconsin, and it will be rumbling as we go into Saturday afternoon and Saturday evening. Heavy rainfall, a possibility. A couple of storms could have some gusty winds on the leading edge of that line of thunderstorms, which will track together now. Just getting an update with Future Track. Right around 2 o'clock, seeing some thunderstorms in southwest Wisconsin. I'll be keeping a close eye on those. Again, 1 or 2 of those storms could become strong to severe. The storms scattered in nature through 4, 6, 8 o'clock at night, and notice how they're in a line. Usually thunderstorms that form into lines have strong gusty winds out ahead. But as we continue to see line after line, they eat up that energy in the atmosphere, and that's why we see those storms dwindle by around 12 o'clock or 11 to 12 to 1 o'clock in that time frame. And that means everyone can sleep soundly as we go into the Saturday night time frame. Now, tomorrow is still part of the holiday weekend. Now, while we're not expecting widespread severe thunderstorms at this point in time, just a little rule here. When thunder roars, go indoors. I know that sounds a little bit silly, but believe it or not, lightning can strike 30 miles out ahead of that preceding thunderstorm, or even from behind. So it's something to take very, very seriously, especially if you're out over the water as well. Now, tomorrow's going to be a hot, humid day. You're going to want to stay hydrated, take some breaks, limit that strenuous activity outdoors. Don't forget to check on the elderly, and don't forget about our furry friends as well, especially their paws if they're going to be walking on hot pavement temperatures. Actual temperatures in the upper 80s for a good portion of the area before that hot, humid stuff slices through heat index values. The feels like factor in the mid, in some cases, upper 90s. After we get through Saturday, we'll head off towards Sunday. Temperatures will be normal for this time of year, around 83 degrees. We'll be cooling down. The humidity will be dipping as we go into Sunday night. Low temperature of 62. And next week, classic July-like weather. Highs in the low to mid 80s, lows in the low to mid 60s. We'll have to keep an eye on Wednesday. That's Concerts on the Square. Right. And we're eyeing up more shower and storm chances. This will be number 3 here that we're eyeing up shower and storm chances on that Wednesday, but I'll keep a close eye on it.
Oh, it's been a great 4th, though.
Yes,
Everybody
beautiful day.
Very lucky to have it sunny and warm, hot and humid, but still got all the festivities off with no problems. That's good news. And you've got a little bit of everything in sports. We've got baseball, hot dogs, everything for the 4th of July.
Absolutely. The 4th of July brings its own kind of sport every year, hot dogs being one of them. But what would be an Independence Day without some baseball? America's pastime coming your way as the Brewers provide some fireworks of their own down in Miami. But would it be enough to beat the Marlins? The answer next on News 3 Now. Jack Janicki took the road less traveled. The Minnesota native turned down Division I scholarship offers to walk on and play at Wisconsin with the men's basketball team. And it all paid off. He forced his way into the rotation in his freshman season and returns as one of the building blocks among Greg Gard's guys. He says he's spending his offseason growing closer with the new guys.
Luckily for me, that's been really easy to do because the guys are high character and focused on the right things. So I think as we continue to get closer off the court, I trust our coaches and what they've done so that the product on the court is very good, and we'll continue to work hard. But yeah, it should be really fun, and I'm excited to just continue to get better with these guys.
And would it really be the 4th of July without the America's pastime? Brewers playing the Marlins down in Miami and provided some 4th inning fireworks. Joey Ortiz just squeaks a single past the second baseman. It would score 2, giving the Crew a 5-2 lead. But later, all tied at 5 apiece in the 8th, Jackson Churio brings out the sparklers, snaring a screamer down the third baseline. It would roll all the way to the wall and plate the go-ahead run. The Crew celebrate an Independence Day win, taking the series opener 6-5, the final. Last year, there was some beef in the world of competitive hot dog eating. Joey Chestnut, considered the best eater of all time, was forced to sit out because of that beef of the July 4th phenomenon, Nathan's International Hot Dog Eating Contest. But this year, he was back, and at this point, the only history he relishes in making is his own. In this mustard-win event, no one was catching up to the champ. Joey Chestnut wins it, consuming 70 hot dogs in 10 minutes. That's 26 more than the runner-up, as the hot dog GOAT gets back on top, claiming his 17th title in the event.
It was electric. Dogs were great. My last 2 times competing here, I did 62 and 63, so it was nice to get back in the 70s. Next year, I feel like there's definitely, I can improve.
And on this Independence Day, this thrill seeker claimed his own independence. For Ray Scher, life is all about adventures. The 90-year-old went skydiving today for the 3rd time in his illustrious life, giving one simple reason.
Life is not measured by the number of breaths you take, but by the moments you take your breath away.
Certainly well said. Ray says that he did not tell his wife that he was going skydiving today, adding that that will be an adventure of its own. We'll be right back with a final check of your
Brookfield Zoo in Chicago. Tim and Jess received special red, white, and blue treats today for the 4th of July. The white stars are made of turnips, and the ice treats include fruit and animal-safe food coloring. The bears also received some corn on the cob and some extra meat. I loved what you said at 9 o'clock, Andrew, about you don't like bears, especially in Chicago.
Yeah, there's no question about it. Bears in Chicago for me are
a bad combo.
It is, but in this case, Tim and Jess,
adorable.
I can get behind that.
Yeah. And it was a great 4th of July weather-wise.
Yeah, what I think what you would expect for 4th of July.
Yeah.
It's often hot, it's often humid. We had some storms this morning. Luckily, they got out of here, and then we had a wonderful evening of festivities.
Yeah.
Now, tomorrow, if there are festivities going on, I do need you to be prepared that there could be some thunderstorms tomorrow. I'll be keeping an eye on them. 1 or 2 could be on the strong side.
Now, if you could just do something about the mosquitoes.
Yeah.
Get on that one,
order
Alex.
for that.
Thanks for watching, everybody. Hope you had a great 4th of July. Have a good weekend.